In today's video, we'll be exploring the intricacies of preparing a simple and composed Class 1 cavity, including the materials used in the process. Let's dive in. Class 1 involves caries on the occlusal and vestibular surfaces of posterior teeth, such as molars and premolars. For anterior teeth, like incisors and canines, Class 1 affects the cingulum or the occlusal surfaces. These are areas that are often difficult to clean properly, making them more susceptible to cavities. Preparation begins with trepanation, widening the cavity opening to ensure access for treatment. This step uses a fine round burr mounted on a high-speed handpiece to remove overhanging enamel unsupported by dentin. It allows for easier access to the decay and sets the stage for the next steps. Next, we remove all decayed dentin using appropriate burs or excavators, chosen based on the cavity's size. Once the decay is cleared, the cavity is thoroughly cleaned and dried to prepare it for restoration. For incisors and canines, we use a cylindrical burr to create a cavity with rounded, smooth walls. The axis and floor of the cavity are angled obliquely to the tooth's axis. This design makes the cavity stable and auto-retentive, thanks to its flat floor. In cases where the cavity is particularly wide, we use a reverse cone burr to widen the cavity floor. This ensures better adaptation of the restoration material and enhances the retention of the filling. For the occlusal surfaces of posterior teeth, we perform a prophylactic extension. This involves expanding the cavity to include both caries-prone areas and zones that are naturally cleaned during brushing. This technique minimizes the risk of future decay while ensuring the restoration is durable. On premolars, this technique creates a butterfly-shaped cavity, whereas on lower molars, it results in a rounded Q-like shape, which plays a crucial role in retention. The upper molars, however, have a unique feature: the enamel bridge, an important structure for tooth integrity. To preserve this, we create two separate cavities, one mesial, extending towards the vestibular face, and a smaller one distal, extending towards the palatine face. If the enamel bridge has already been destroyed by caries, we remove it entirely, forming one large cavity to ensure proper restoration. For cavities on the vestibular and palatine surfaces of posterior teeth, we use a fissure burr to create a cavity with a triangular or oval shape, oriented perpendicularly to the tooth with a wide cervical base. To ensure long-term stability, we can refine the cavity with a reverse cone burr, creating a partial reverse taper which helps retain the filling. When two cavities exist and the vestibular or palatine cavity extends significantly to connect with an existing occlusal cavity, we combine the two. This results in an occlusal vestibular or occlusal palatine design, forming a unified restoration that enhances the cavity's stability and retention.